guys, so my skin is ready and primed, so I'm gonna just start with the liquid illuminator by NYX, and I'm just gonna put it on the areas of my skin that I want to glow. Then over it I'm going over with foundation, just making sure I'm buffing everywhere else apart from the areas that I've put the liquid illuminator, so I'm just tapping over it instead. Now I'm going to start with my eyebrows. I'm using Ardell's eyebrow gel, and I'm just filling in my extremely sparse brows. Next I'm going to be using NYX's eyebrow kit. I'm just going to be using the eyebrow powder to fill in everywhere where I've put the gel on my eyebrow. I don't know about that NYX eyebrow thing. Something about my eyebrows just look really weird and ashy and just bad. Problems. You know, they look quite fleeky. Well done, concealer. Save the day once again. Sorry, I've got some breakouts. My period's coming up, so yeah. So I really wanted to do like, look how, this is what my arms look like. So yeah, I really wanted to do like a chit chatty, get ready with me. I've always wanted to do them, and the last one I did was on my birthday 2 years ago. But I just never got the balance between talking and getting ready. Lol. And then I saw someone else do one, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to do it. So yeah, just gonna be talking about where my mind's been at lately. Like, I don't know about you guys. Quite a few of my friends are like finding their either potential or actual Adams and Boazes, if you know what I mean. Basically like their husbands who they wanna, what, like, am I an American plug? Like, what is this? Yeah, and it's just like, it's weird because I always thought at this point, like I'm about to be 24, I always thought I'd be one of those girls who like all their friends are getting married or like getting boyfriends and stuff, and I'd feel really lonely, and I don't. I just feel like it's weird because I get an insight into what really goes into a real relationship, and it's actually scary, you know. Like, ish is actually real. Like, you really have to put work in, and people have always said that to me, and I've always been like, yeah, but like celebrities say it, and people always say it, like, you know, marriage is work and relationships take work and it's a partnership and blah blah blah, but it's actually not as glamorous as everyone makes it out to be. And I genuinely do blame I'm gonna start ranting. I genuinely do blame social media, because I just feel like with this whole Instagram, Twitter, Facebook culture, that it's almost like fashionable to have a bae. I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure you've seen it, like especially at times like Valentine's Day and stuff, where you see people like putting up statuses and putting up pictures, or even just now, just in normal life, like always taking pictures with their bae. And my brush is not behaving, and I don't know, maybe it does affect me, but I don't, well, I'll let you know if it does, but right now it doesn't. Like, it doesn't make me feel lonely or whatever, and I do hope that, I mean, I'd like to say I'm quite a strong individual. I mean, I do have my breakdown moments quite a lot, but I'd like to think I'm quite a strong woman, or girl. You know, when you're like, am I a woman or a girl? I'm sure you guys know what I mean, but yeah, and just in this culture, obviously it's so popular / fashionable to have a bae. It's almost like having a bae, it's like having an accessory. Like, literally, it's like a fashionable thing. Even on YouTube, like, I'll do videos with their bae, and this is not to shouldn't have done that. That was a bad idea. This is not to badmouth anyone who has a bae. It's just, my point is that because it's become so fashionable, it can be very easy to be misled and to buy into the hype and think that it's all just a glamorous period in one's life, whereas I guess it can be. I mean, I haven't been in a relationship since I've been saved, so I can't say. When I was in a relationship, it was, I don't know, it was different, because at that time there wasn't a bae culture, so it was just like you had a boyfriend. But yeah, like I think with the whole Instagram thing, sorry about the light, it just keeps changing, with the whole you know, Instagram bae culture and it being fashionable to have a bae, I think it can be quite easy to be sucked in and to think, oh, it must be so fun, like all the time, they look so cute together. And obviously those things are true, but it takes so much damn work, like wow. And and a lot of people think, oh well, if it takes so much work, then it must be wrong, or that person must be wrong for you, or it should come naturally. I've seen people who have been best friends with their future husband for years, and they've never had any issues or real issues until they start working a relationship. And it's weird how like that's when it gets harder. By the way, this brush is from e.l.f. and it is literally life. Like blending, it just cuts the time in half. It's just amazing, amazing, amazing. It's weird how obviously I feel like a friendship is obviously easier because all you're doing really is getting to know someone, but when you're now working in a relationship, or a relationship going to marriage, you're actually combining both of your, I think it's where love gets involved, you know, because I don't know if you guys wonder, but I just wonder why sometimes that's where I feel like friends don't argue as much as couples do. Like, not in a bad way. I think arguments are healthy as long as like no one's like hitting on anyone. But obviously I don't know, my dad said something once, and he said, you know, my dad's always giving advice, and he said, I'm never gonna have that much of a problem with our next door neighbour, but I'm more so gonna have a problem with your mum or you, because I live with you and I'm around you all the time, and because I love you, there's an expectancy of how you should behave towards me, and there's an expectancy of how you should behave towards how I should behave towards you, because there's love. There's a higher expectancy of this is how you're supposed to treat me now, because we're in a relationship and because you're my better half or my boyfriend or my bae. And it's like, where's my buffing brush? Just working so hard for no reason. What is this? And it's like that expectancy based on, you know, based on the status of you guys being together is what makes it hard at times, I guess, because it's like these two different people, these two people from different backgrounds, and my friend told me this last year, and it's so weird because now I'm actually seeing it a lot more. And she said, do you know how hard it is to come together with someone from a completely different background as you, completely different mindset? Like, even if you're brought up in the same culture, you're going to have different expectations of like what it means to love someone. Sorry guys, you're gonna see the closure. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, everyone has their own expectation of how you should love me. Like, my interpretation of how I should be loved will be different from yours, and I think that's one thing that has to be worked on in a relationship. I'm just putting the Ben Nye, well, everyone calls it banana powder, but mine's Beige Suede, but I'm not putting it too heavy over the area where I put the Illuminator under the foundation. That's a trick I learned from Kylie Jenner's makeup artist. Kylie Jenner's like my guilty pleasure, and I'll list all the products that I've used below, even though I know I've showed some of them. But yeah, that's just my 2 pence on. I wouldn't say it's putting me off marriage. Like, I'd never get fully to that point, but I really underestimated the amount of effort it takes, and that's why I don't feel bad being single. Like, if you think about it, the amount of effort it takes even if you're with someone who, you know, whether it's chemistry or you've actually, like, you've prayed, obviously this for the Christians, sorry, you've prayed and like you feel strongly that God's telling you and God's leading you that that's your future spouse. Even with all of that, there's still so much hard work, and I suppose why shouldn't there be? Because there's going to be things that you guys will face in the future that will really test you. But my gosh, it's a lot. But I guess that's why prayer is also really good for people who are dating and stuff. My mum's getting really like weird about this whole relationship thing. She thinks I have a boyfriend that I'm hiding somewhere. I'm like, Mum, boys don't even reply to my text messages. I think she's in that generation where, like, I don't know if anyone else's mum is like this, where like, oh sorry, they assume that when you came back from uni you would have brought a guy home. No, Mum. Most of the guys I met at uni were not serious. I'll tell you that for free. Yeah, she expected me to bring a boyfriend home. Yeah, most of the guys I met at uni, I wasn't really that girl at uni. Like, people didn't even know who I was. Which, I mean, I'm not upset about it. It just is what it is. Like, people literally, like, I think the only reason people knew who I was because of my videos. I find it so funny because when people are like talking about their uni dramas and uni boys and all of this kind of stuff, I'm like, where do you meet these people? Because that's just like, boys just weren't about my life. I mean, there were some boys who just like, obviously there's always boys who just want to get into your knickers, but in terms of boys who actually wanted a relationship with me, zero. But then again, this is uni. Boys like that, I suppose, are in high demand because most of the guys at uni just want to get laid. It's unfortunate. But yeah, like, I don't know. Even with the sex aspect, like, I did not meet that many guys who were just like all over me. Although I think there were a few guys, but I think as soon as they found out I was a virgin, I think boys and virgins, I think that it's really creepy, and sorry to, if I upset someone, but like, it's either a turn on or they just aren't interested in you. It's really weird. Like, they see it as some sort of challenge. It's just like, I'm not going to sleep with you ever. So here I'm using the Nude Tude eyeshadow palette. It's from the Balm. I'll put down the colours that I used in the info bar, but I'm just adding a shimmer colour to the centre of my eyes, and then I'm using a cheap eyeliner just to line my eyes. I think I got it from Superdrug, and it was £1. But yeah, now I'm just putting on some lashes. Crazy. Now I'm just using some NYX Jumbo eye pencil just to add some base so that I can just add a bit of dark eyeshadow and shimmer in the centre of my eyes, as so. Now I'm just putting on some blusher. I love this blush from NYX. It's almost like a highlighter, just gives you a nice glow, like so. That rhymes. But yeah, I really like it. I got it from America. So before I put any products on my lips, I just want to take some time out to whiten my teeth with this teeth whitening kit from White with Style. Now, the way it works is that you put small drops of gel onto the tooth impression, so that's just where the clear tray is, and then you put it on your teeth and leave it on there for 30 minutes, which is quite a while, but I guess during that time you can actually do other stuff, especially if you're doing your makeup already. Now for some extra information, just to let everyone know, if you're interested, it's gluten-free, which is great, it's cruelty-free, it's 99.9% kosher, and it's also sensitivity-free as well, which is pretty good because I've got sensitive teeth. Now, of course, just to let you know that while you guys are using teeth whitening kits, you should probably abstain from drinking like coffee or anything that's going to darken your teeth. Now, awesome news, I do have a coupon code which I will be putting there, and that coupon code will help you get the teeth whitening kit for $28 instead of $270. Look at that smile. So now I'm just lining my lips with this Jordana eyebrow pencil. I can't remember what colour it is, but I'll put it below. Now I'm using this, the Balm liquid lip stain. It's actually, like, the smell of it is phenomenal, and it also tingles, which is interesting. And I'm putting that at the corners of my mouth, and in the center I'm putting NYX's Stockholm, blending it together as so. And yeah, just trying to live that Kylie Jenner life, really. And voila.